Good morning, everybody. It's Tuesday morning, and I got a kind of a different shave setup today. I'm doing face and head. I'm just gonna do the whole pause, and go about different things and just show little bits and pieces. But I'm doing something different. I'm doing a different soap, and I'm doing actually a soap and a cream, one on each surface area, using two different brushes, same razor. So the similarity, my Gem G bar, I'm gonna try to use a single edge on my head. If it fails, I've got my injector. If I have too hard of a time, I got my injector ready. My aftershave is going to be WSP Sandalwood. I'm going to use that on both. Now my soap for my head, since Artisan April's over, I'm going to use Tabac, and I'm going to use Smoke 2000. I haven't used a boar brush up there yet. My face, Artist Shaving Sandalwood, never been used. I've used the product before in little tubes that you get for around the holidays, but never from my tub. And my Nathan Clark Horse, that'll go on my face. So let me go ahead and I'm gonna start loading up. I was tagged by Gonzo on the couple soaps that you'd like to see the artisans make. It was started off by Rudd's, if I remember correctly, and giving it some thought. I'm just loading some on the tips here. We'll see if it's enough. I haven't used this in quite a while. Okay. Dip the tips in a little more. And I'll go with a cologne-based one. I know the soap existed, but if I remember correctly, they no longer make it. Sorry, it might look kind of goofy, that cut from the kettlebell. Really doesn't want to touch other skin right now. I just got out of the shower, so I don't want to put a band-aid on it yet. One is going to be a cologne base that I know the soap exists, but I believe, if I understand correctly, they stopped making it. And that's Safari. That was one of the first colognes I ever started using, and I would love to have a soap of that scent. Just the memories. And then the second one, this is going to be a little more obscure for some, because it's more, once again, it's more of a personal experience. But I was a Boy Scout, and we always did whipped up really nice and quick. Love this scent too. Filled my water bowl real quick. And we always made peach cobbler over the fire whenever we went camping. It became known as the dessert that whenever there'd be like group gatherings, like at campsites, where we'd invite, other troops would get together and say, okay guys, let's do like a buffet kind of thing, or a potluck. That's what we would bring. We would always say we got dessert, because it was something that we made really good. So the scent that I remember is peach cobbler in a Dutch oven with, campfire, kind of like the smoke, a little bit of wood smell kind of deal. That would be, to me, a very interesting scent, something I would like to experience. The people I would tag are going to be Scott Ostermiller and let's go. Let's keep it with guys with no hair on their heads. Let's go with Mr. Smells himself, Redbeard. Well, currently I call him Redbeard right now. Wesley Allen did shave his beard off. He's got a goat right now. I believe that's coming off as well. But yeah, so Wesley Allen and Scott Ostermiller. That's pass one. Oh, kind of forgot about this. Alright, pass one's done. I'm going to pause this, finish up my face. I'll come back for the head shave. Love the Art of Shaving Sandalwood. Probably the best performing cream I have. I don't have many. And the scent is fantastic. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Figured I'd save some time, lather up, because I want to see the first pass. I want to be able to look back on camera and see how any issues I had with technique and that stuff with this G-bar on my head. So let's go ahead and give this a shot. I was also challenged by a gentleman on the Google Plus forums. I guess last year, him and some other guys did the a single edge blade challenge where they would strop the blades and see how many shaves they could really get on a blade. And I thought that was pretty interesting. So after this shave, the next SE shave I do, I will start that as a new blade. And I think he said after about 8 shaves or so, he would go to strop it. He had a couple different methods that he would use. And I think he said last time he got about 30 shaves. And not that I'm really overly worried about, you know, the price of blades, but it would be kind of interesting to see, because he was talking about using your jeans as a strop, different things like that. So it would be interesting to see, one for travel, but also, you know, just kind of fun to see how far things could actually go. So far this is going real nice. Being very gentle, getting tons of hair off, you can see there. Tobacco was one of those that I really wanted to use during the Artisan April. I just like the smell, good performance. But alas, it was Artisan April, so it sat, and now it's back out. I almost used it actually on the head shave during April. I was like, nope, going all Artisan for the soaps. So go pick up my boys the next 3 days from school. Actually, my youngest I'm getting all 3 days. My oldest I'm just getting today. They're conflicting schedules with my ex and stuff like that, so I'm looking forward to, even if it is just seeing them for a few minutes, just nice to see my boys for a little bit. And I know they really love. My oldest, Matt, will be happy because Daddy's getting him out of school early today, because I just have to get it before I go to work. And then, so they'll definitely appreciate that, but I know they always like it when the few times I get to pick them up from school. It's hard to believe the school year is almost over. The preschool graduation for my son, my youngest Christian, he starts kinder next year, so that's the 20th. Just got a message about that. It's hard to believe he's going to start kindergarten next year. Some ways I find this again, or with the grain pass on the back of the neck, to not always do the most work. I know it's about reduction and stuff, but I may change that to going, since I've been doing a lot of 3 passes, going one way this way, one way that way, and then against the grain. So I might do an across, and against. I'll be back, everybody. We'll finish up by the time I'm done. All right, everybody, I'm back. Just drying off. Took time to clean everything already. All my gear. All I gotta do is put the aftershave on. Did the whole thing with the G-bar, the whole head, and super smooth. We'll see how it feels when it dries down. That's when I usually find out if I missed anything really, more than I would have liked. Alright, to the head we go first. And once again, WSP sandalwood. Feels very nice. All right. So once again, thanks for watching, everybody. Kind of like this little format. It gives me a little time to myself, but also allows me to kind of show off some of the products, explain some stuff, and still be able to get both shaves in, and just kind of show a little bit of both. Those tags, once again, hopefully those guys join in, but I gave you my ideas: safari and then a campfire peach cobbler. So that's all I got, everybody. God bless. Have a wonderful Tuesday, and I will see you guys tomorrow.